Yeah, I guess I've been that way myself before as well. Uh, yes, I'm wearing the St. Paul Saints hat, 651 represent, and I did get to two more games since we last spoke. One of them was the season finale on Thursday. Uh, I like giveaway items, and there was a team card set there, and it was were the other souvenirs I ended up with. I got there early USC that I got the cards, and then I looked at a souvenir stand, and there were some baseballs. It's like, okay, half off, I'll get one. And then I go to my seat, and I noticed that there was a game used ball. It's like, what, left over from batting practice? It's like, yeah, get while the getting's good, like that Bill Anderson song. So that went into the pocket of my leather jacket right away. Nice to have game used baseballs, especially ones that were already in the stands. You don't have to worry about breaking your hand or anything like that, trying to catch it barehanded. I'm not dumb enough to try that. I also went to one Labor Day weekend, and that was priceless. And some of the people that I have to contend with at sport events, even with the social distancing. There was a dude there that in my section that said he was a native of Texas, and he kept passing off all of his all of the information he was spouting off as being an expert on that subject when it was common knowledge. He said, just so you know, it's Labor Day weekend. It's going to get cold soon. And it's like, where do you think I grew up? Arizona? I'm a lifelong Midwesterner. Iowa, Illinois, now Minnesota. He said, well, I grew up in Texas. It's like, well, I didn't. And he said he'd only been here 5 years, and he wanted to show off his wool socks because proving that he was ready for the colder weather. It's like, I'm not impressed. And then he wanted to talk about some other weird subjects like well, football, and it's like, really, we're at a baseball game. And he said, well, how is that possible on high school football being different from one state to the next? Where I explained the differences between Iowa and Minnesota high school football. It's like this dude claimed that he had an MBA, but as my old man would say, educated damn fool, book smart, no common sense. It's like differences between one state to the next. I'm no lawyer, but I think that's called the 10th Amendment to the Constitution, ensuring states' rights. Some people really blow me away about how dumb they prove to be. It's like that one quote that's credited to both Mark Twain and Abe Lincoln: better remain silent without a fool than speak up and remove all doubt. That was lost on me for a while, but then I got out there in the world, and then it made more sense on what they mean by that quote, on whoever actually said it. And yes, I could have easily moved away from this man if I wanted to bad enough, even with how the stadium was cordoned off in six different sections. But I just was patient and then let him leave. And at the same time, it's like, why do I put up with people like this? I don't know. It's like what a fellow comic said one time about why they keep annoying people as Facebook friends, because they have jokes to write. I hate to admit that, but sometimes it's true. The most annoying instances in my life are the best jokes that tell. And then when I was leaving, I want pictures of different things that I see. One of them was a big cart full of empty beer cans. So I got that on my way out. And then somebody thought it'd be funny to photobomb the picture by putting their finger in it. It's like, yeah, I didn't want to give them the satisfaction that they deserve to get a finger from me for that. But I'm smart enough to know that in the era of digital cameras, I can easily erase the picture they tried to ruin and just try again. So it's like, yeah, nice try. Thanks for playing. So yeah, there was that. I see all kinds of weird things when I'm out and about, even when I'm commuting to and from work. Like this evening, I saw two really weird things. I'm surprised they would be on the same commute. The first one was, it's like, no, that's not a bicycle. There's three wheels. And it's like, Oh, I guess it's still a tricycle, even though I'm used to the kids' version of a tricycle. I guess there is such a thing as an adult tricycle. I don't know what else you call it other than that because, hey, 3 wheels. Kind of like the first Ford car. I've seen artifacts that called it the quadricycle because, hey, it's accurate. It had 4 wheels. And then the other thing I saw a little later on in the commute was somebody driving a Jeep and they had a bumper sticker on the back that said, get rid of everything. Well, I guess that means get rid of your Jeep too, doesn't it? Ah, what a concept.
Oh, no.
Uh, oh, thanks for the vote of confidence, Danielle. Uh, I guess this is one time where, yes, I like hearing laughing. I know earlier I was wondering why you were laughing and people said you couldn't hear us. Uh, oh, yeah, I've got that one. Yeah, I hate relying on us, but sometimes I have to do that. Oh, and yes, I have to put up with other weird things when I'm out doing chores and errand running. Like this weekend, I did laundry and I was loading the washers, and that meant I really couldn't leave until it was done. But at first, somebody was on their phone and they were listening to some video, and all I could hear at first was, "Oh my God!" And I couldn't see the video itself because he was far enough away. And then eventually, it's videos from when the Twin Towers fell. And it's like, I don't need to listen to this. I remember where I was on 9/11. It was sad. I was living in suburban Chicago then. And I know some people believe that the plane that crashed in Pennsylvania was headed for the Sears Tower. Well, who really knows for sure? But since I lived there at the time, I know that rumor got a little more attention where I was living. Uh, but yeah, that was one thing where I really wanted to tell him change the record, for lack of a better term. I mean, why did he watch it again later on? I don't know. It might have been anniversary weekend, but I can't believe I had to deal with that one. But I'm the type that tries to ignore as much as possible and get through life without being too annoyed by everyone if I can. And then the other notable thing from chores and errand running this weekend was since I just got the baseball cards from the Saints game on Thursday, I said that I wanted the sheets to put them in. And I tried going to the Office Max that I'd been to before on University Avenue in St. Paul. It's the closest one I knew of. And I forgot, oh, wasn't that the area hit by the riots 3 months ago? It was. And that entire strip mall was boarded up. And I think that was the first time I had ever actually seen any of that in person. I mean, when I'm driving to work, I'm on a bridge over Lake Street, so I haven't seen that. And it's like, yeah, I guess I needed to see it for myself. You could obviously tell Foot Locker store had burned. And it just meant a lot more to me, drove home the point of, hey, something actually happened here instead of just reading about it in the papers or watching it on TV. And I said I hadn't been to Lake Street since the riots happened because it would just be too sad because I'd been there for happier, positive things than that. I guess that's even, I guess I use the word ambivalent a lot, but I know also on Labor Day weekend, I went to the fine arts exhibit at the State Fairgrounds. I was pleased to find out that was still happening thanks to the Star Tribune article. And there was a lot of art that captured the spirit of the time about social unrest as well as COVID. And yes, there was some about the riots. The one I voted for, though, was, what was it? Frowning COVID puppets. It's like, yeah, I guess somehow that works because it's capturing the time that we're living in on a lighter note, I guess. And I know another notable one, but I could only vote for one, had nothing to do with what's happening right now. It was kind of like bubblegum, for lack of a better term, but still helpful. I know that's a term that some people still use where they just call something bubblegum, so and so. But it was a giraffe ready to eat a bowl of marbles. And it's like, cool. I like the creativeness, the imagination that goes in it. And I'm always so moved by the art that's there. So I'm thankful I still got to see it, even though the rest of the state tour wasn't happening. And it was cheaper than the drive-through food tour. So what's not to like? So I did that. Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I guess that's it. That'll do it for me. Thank you all, been great.
Woo!